All right, we'd like to go through with you quickly and give you an overview of the Cornell note-taking process, the different components of it, and the purpose and why it's such an important part of the learning that happens here at Mountain View Middle School. The first thing that we're going to talk about, again, is the purpose. We have spent a lot of time implementing the AVID system here at Mountain View, and one of the key pieces of the training is the idea that students need to engage with material more than one time. They can't just hear it in class and move on to the next thing and be able to regurgitate what happened or be able to access that information at a later time if they're not engaging with it more than once. So the purpose of Cornell Notes is really to give students multiple opportunities to engage with content that happens through lectures during class from their content teachers, and then also to provide them really a study guide to be able to access and review information as they near the end of a unit or chapter. The first thing that you'll notice on a Cornell note, as you can see here, is the essential question at the top. This one says, how did the outcome of the French and Indian War determine who controlled North America? That is, again, kind of the target of the learning for the day and what the notes will be addressing. So you can see the notes will be taken here in kind of the body of the Cornell notes. Students basically are at this point listening to a teacher lecture and writing down important information that ties in with the essential question. After students take notes, the way that we build upon allowing them or giving them space to engage with the material multiple times is one, to have students summarize the notes, which is happening right down here. The summary essentially is answering the essential question. So once students have finished taking notes, they'll go through, they may share, different things that each student maybe caught from the lecture, share different insights, and then while reading through the actual content, they go and summarize the key points of information that occurred during the lesson. This is kind of their first review of the information. The second review comes with the other component of the Cornell notes, which is questions. So again, they're not just writing random questions here. The idea is that this is the beginning of creating a study guide for them. So they're writing questions that are answered in the notes so that when they go to review later on, they can actually even fold over the paper right here on this line, ask themselves the questions or read the questions or have someone else that's studying with them read them the questions and see if they are able to access from their own understanding and learning the answers to those questions. This is, again, another way for them to engage with the material. In order to write these questions here in the margin, they have to go back and review the content, think about it, process it, and then write questions that will help them be able to access the information from the lesson. The last kind of piece, and you'll notice there's some highlighting here, one of the things that especially in our kind of 7th and our 8th grade elective and AVID strategies classes work towards is what we call metacognitive markers. This is, again, students' sort of third opportunity to engage with the material, go back through and highlight important elements of the content, maybe write a question, something that they thought of that they may want to ask the teacher at a later time, or something that they wonder about. They have multiple markers that symbolize different things and basically allow them to, like I said before, engage with the content and then be able to even potentially take questions and wonderings back to the teacher in class the following day. Again, all of this is designed at helping students review material consistently over a period of time. And we found, again, through research that if we don't review information, our brain files it deep into the crevices of our brain, and it is difficult to access later on. So again, this process is designed to help students from getting to the point where they're forgetting things and they're able to review consistently and retain information that's being taught to them during class.